Hello children. Last video we saw about integers, then addition of integers, then different properties of addition of integers and all. Now in this video we are going to see about the subtraction of integers. Okay, so there are two ways of subtraction. First one is using number line, and second one is without using number line. Now let's see about the first type, that is using subtraction of integers using number line. Okay, so let's draw a number line. Three, 4, etc. And this side -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. Okay, now we are going to see how to subtract two numbers using a number line. Now let's take an example. Okay, two integers. For example, 4 minus 2. Okay, so first what we have to do is we have to locate 4 in the number line, and since it is -2 we have to jump 2 places to the left. Okay, so what is the answer? 4 minus 2 is 2. Now let's take negative side. Okay, -3 minus 2. What is -3 minus 2? First we have to locate -3 in the number line, and we have to jump 2 points to the left. So let me draw till 5. Okay, so -3 minus 2 is from -3 you have to jump 2 points to the left, so -5. Okay, so this is how you have to do the subtraction of integers using number line. Now let's see how to do the subtraction without number line. So just to remind you, in the last video we had introduced a term called the additive inverse. Okay, so what is additive inverse? Additive inverse of any integer a is minus a. Additive inverse of any integer minus a is a. Okay, so we are going to use this for the subtraction without number line. Okay, so let's take the same example, 4 minus 2. So what should we do? We should take the additive inverse of the second digit. What is the additive inverse of 2? -2, right? So we can rewrite this as 4. We have to change the sign in between, so minus will become plus. Additive inverse of 2 is -2. Okay, now we are going to apply the same formula as addition. What will we do if we add a negative and a positive integer? We have to take the difference between the two integers, that is 4 and -2. That 4 and 2, the difference is 2, and we have to put the sign of the bigger number, so +2. This is how you have to do the subtraction of integers. Now let's take another example, -3 minus of -5. Okay, so how to do this? In the same way you have to take the additive inverse of the second term. So additive inverse of -5 is 5. Now this sign in between we have to change, that is if it is minus you have to put it as plus. The first term will remain as such. So -3 minus of -5 will become -3 plus 5. Hope you all understood how this minus 5 became plus 5 here. Now we got minus 3 plus 5. So how will we go about it? We have to take the difference between the two numbers, that is 2. Now we have to put the sign of the bigger number, that is sign of 5 is positive. So the answer of minus 3 minus of minus 5 is 2 plus 2, or it is the same as 2. Hope you all understood this. Now the next topic is properties of subtraction. So just like addition, subtraction also has certain properties. Okay, so first let's see which all properties are satisfied. Okay, so first property is closure. What do you mean by closure? If you subtract two integers, minus a minus b equal to c, that if we subtract two integers a minus b, the result c which we are getting is also an integer. Okay, so that is what closure property means. Now let's try if subtraction satisfies closure. Okay, so let's take an example. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. So 5 is an integer, 3 is an integer, 2 is also an integer. So it satisfies closure. Even if we take a negative integer, minus 5 minus 2 is equal to minus 7. Minus 5 is an integer, 2 is an integer, minus 7 is also an integer. Okay, so subtraction satisfies closure. Okay, second one is commutative. What do you mean by commutative? If we subtract two integers a minus b, it should be equal to b minus a if subtraction satisfies commutative property. Now let's see if it satisfies. Okay, let's take the same example. 5 minus 3. What is 5 minus 3? 2. Now let's take the reverse. 3 minus 5. What is the value? Minus 2. So are these two the same? No, right? So a minus b is not equal to b minus a, which means that subtraction does not satisfy commutative property. So let's put a cross here. Okay, now let's see the third one, associative property. Now what is associative property? If there are three integers a, b and c, a minus b minus c should be equal to a minus b minus c. Okay, so if this is satisfied, we can say that subtraction follows or satisfies associative property. Now let's see if it satisfies. Okay, for example, let's take 5 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, now if it satisfies associative property, this should be equal to 5 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, let me make it clear. Now let's solve this side. 5 minus 3 is, how will we do the subtraction? We have to take the additive inverse of minus 3, that is 3, and we have to change the sign here. So 5 plus 3 minus 2 is equal to, this side how it will be, 5 minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. Okay, now this is equal to 5 plus 3 is 8 minus 2 is 6. This side it is equal to 5 minus minus 5. 5 minus minus 5 is equal to 5 plus 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. Is 6 equal to 10? No. So subtraction does not satisfy associative property. Okay. So subtraction satisfies only closure, not commutative, not associative. Okay. Hope it is clear.